Dave Blakamoto here, your uncrowned 145-pound champion. I am here with Carlos Black Jag Ulberg. How are you, Carlos?
Feeling good, man. New York, first time in New York now.
So, hey, look at the shirt.
I love New York.
Oh, man.
Love it, eh?
Man loves the Big Apple. This is our first time doing an interview, and your first interview on the Freestyle Window channel, so I'll just do some introductory type things, just so our audience can get to know you a little bit. Where were you born, and what is your parents' heritage?
I was born in New Zealand. I'm a 90s kid, 1990. So, yep, my dad is a Samoan. My mum is Māori. So I'm half Samoan, half Māori. We call it Awhakasi. And yeah, I grew up in New Zealand.
Whereabouts in New Zealand?
Auckland, Otara. Which is like our version of, I guess that's our hood. That's the hood. That's a hood back home.
Describe the type of upbringing that you had.
The upbringing was tough as usual. Any kid really, just growing up, getting bullied, just I guess most of us fighters, and this is something that we turn to. Growing up just in that area made me stronger, man. And it's I think that's why I'm here today.
What was life like for you growing up?
I guess it's just a fruit salad of everything, you know. You have challenges just like any old kid does, but I got bullied a lot as a kid, but I guess life was fucking amazing though. You know, as a kid you grow up thinking that you're bullied, but you look further in, like back into your childhood. Now growing up, now I look back and I'm like, oh shit, I had a great life. Life was amazing actually. But you don't really look at those things when you're a kid. You kind of just live life every single day, and I think that's the key, is just trying to live your life every day, just as a kid does. I felt that I was a lot bigger, and I thought that I would love to hang out with the older kids. They look stronger, they look more physical and athletic, and I like to play rugby with the older kids. I was very active actually, and I think that's something that's tied up into why I'm the athletic person that I am today.
If you grew up doing a lot of sports, what drew you to fighting? Why fighting?
Yeah, fighting is a very physical sport for me. I mean, I always loved the physicality of. I mean, I grew up, on the street. Just everyone after school would get up and would create fights or would do something to entertain ourselves. And at a point of time in my childhood, we created a fight club. And I remember at times it wasn't necessarily a fight club. We kind of just got together after school. We did something that would, I guess, create some sort of drama.
So how did you end up from being a hooligan, school fights, stealing, into starting your martial arts journey? So in the very beginning, I was playing rugby at this time. I kind of just wanted to do something on the side to keep my rugby fitness. And I did some training, a little bit of training, maybe once a week. I was up at the pad. I was up at the pad in one of the headhunters' pads. Oh, fuck. Who are the headhunters?
The headhunters are a bikie gang or a crew in New Zealand.
And you were how old?
I was 20, early 20s at the time, oblivious to the whole thing, didn't know anything about it, whatever. Wasn't think too much of it. And then
what type of training was that though at the pad? Like what were you doing?
It was just I don't know. It was kind of just sparring. It was really just sparring. It wasn't really anything.
Sparring, like are we talking like headgear, gloves, shin pads, or?
From the top of my head, I'm pretty sure we weren't even wearing headgear, man. It was probably 10-ounce gloves. It was just haymakers everywhere. But it was nice. It was nice. So it was just a good, quick journey there.
How did you end up at CKB from?
Yeah. Fucking long story, bro. Shit. Okay. So initially, I'll go back. So I was playing rugby league at the time. got called up from a mate. He was like, "Hey, bro, I've got a guy who's pulled out on this fight, and you're going straight into professional MMA." And
How did you feel just hearing that?
Man, I was keen. I was keen as at the time, young. I was always fighting on the street anyway. Always never loved to fight on the street, and it was all good. I was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. I'm ready. All good. Let's go. I guess the only training I got was playing the PlayStation. Back then, UFC PlayStation, just playing the game. Like, I'll try this move, the choke, whatever. Still don't know how to do a choke, but you're like, okay, I'll try this move. Leading up to this fight, so I was 2 weeks, and this guy that I fought, Keota Puna, he was a veteran. He was quite a good fighter, and got the win over him on that one, which was quite nice. And then continued to do a couple more fights. It wasn't until I just continued to win. I just continued winning, and then I said, hey, you know what? If I'm going to do this seriously, if I'm winning and I'm obviously good at this. And I enjoy the crowd, man. The crowd's amazing when you have your hands raised and the whole crowd's there just yelling at your name. You go out to clubs. I used to get into fights a lot in the clubs as well, mainly because, I don't know, I guess a lot of guys were jealous and all, and I would never start the fight, but I'd always finish it. And every time, yeah, man, I fucked them up, man. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it was more of... yeah, I guess.
So you're like a bad boy.
Well, I was good. It was just that I never turned down a fight. If someone was like, okay, I'm gonna pick on this pretty boy, because I always dressed to the nine, going out. Some guy get jealous, this girl or whatever, and then.
I mean, I've been out with you in the city before, and god damn, you walk into a room, girls start, all start tuning, all the eyes start, bro. It's like flies of shit, bro.
Yeah.
I mean.
But nah, yeah, I guess the coolest thing about that, I'm joining a fight, and I've had at this point, I've had 3 fights. People are starting to whisper, know my name, and I got, you got South, and then people are like, they start to notice, oh, this is Carlos, you don't want to, fight that guy. And this is from me fighting every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going out and having fights, I swear, man. And almost, get yourself killed, especially if you're going out south. And to not really fighting at all, man, because no one's picking on me, or no one's like, hey, pointing me out. So that was another motivation for me to continue fighting. And I think that was a big one, because I love going out. So people knew and they stopped. I enjoyed going out, and I enjoyed the I guess the notice that I got from that, and obviously just everything else that came with the fighting, man. It's a long story, but fucking sweet.
Were you inspired by martial arts movies, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan? When you would see stuff like that, would you be similar to playing a UFC game? Yeah. You'd be like, whoa, and then
Yeah, the old school Chinese fighting movies that they had. My dad used to love them, man. I had to sit and watch them with him. Couldn't even understand a thing. It was all in Chinese and just in subtitles. So,
but you enjoyed just watching it?
Yeah, just being there and just watching it, just the whole moves and everything. So yeah, I guess. Well, it's in my blood. My dad was a boxer. He competed. So I guess it just ran through the blood. The Ulberg family was quite known in Samoa for their fighting.
Nice. Oh, so there's family history.
There's a lot of family history.
What's your dad's name?
Sal Ulberg.
Ulberg, he's a boxer.
Yeah. Ulberg is quite a known family in Samoa for the fighting.
How would you describe your fighting style?
My fighting style, I guess it changes from time to time as we get sparring partners come through the whole line, and you learn as you go. From years, 1 year I might be a more a dominant kind of puncher, or 1 year I might be more using my kicks. But I'm learning off a lot of the guys that I'm training with, so I might pick up something from one certain training partner, pick up something from another. They might, and I guess it goes, if I get caught with something, then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get that one, I want to learn it. The more I get caught with it, the more I want to learn it. So
you're always learning, always evolving.
100%. I think we all are, and I think that's if you're a great martial artist, you want to do that, and that's the key to it, I guess. Okay,
the Black Jag. How did you get that fight name? Is that like a cougar thing, or is that like? Hey, I mean, I've seen what I've seen. How did you get that fighting name?
Nah, it was ages ago, man. I kind of, I was, King from Tekken when I was playing PlayStation back in the days. That's at a point of time, my cousins, those. Do you remember back in the days where they had those big posters of the Jaguar, and it's like the Greek gods where they're riding the horses. They're half horses, half gods. And then you have the Jaguar, like they had. My uncle who used to smoke weed hard, like he just like hotboxed the whole house, and we're just playing PlayStation. But I guess it was just like the amount of Jaguars that he had on there, and then I loved it from there because I was staying with him for a bit at the time, and then I used to always play King on Tekken, and then that was my thing. And then they used to call me the Jaguar. It was Jaguar back then, and then as time went, I just turned it into Blackjack.
I want to go back a little bit because we stopped at you making a name for yourself, having a few fights. But what about your introduction to CKB and Eugene and the rest of the boys?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So I was training with Nicolae Negumereanu is one of the masters of martial arts in New Zealand. I guess he's Eugene's coach. He's
it's the start of the lineage.
Yeah, he's the start of the lineage. Yeah, he's brought up a lot of fighters from New Zealand, and my cousin introduced me to Lolo, and I started training with Lolo. We got straight to work, man. He put me straight into the deep end. I went straight to sparring. Started sparring with Hemi Ha'ahio, Junior, Fa, Sam Rapira, who dropped me on that very sparring. He dropped me with a body shot. And from then I was just in love with it, man. I just took it from there, and from training twice a week to twice a day. Yeah, I guess that challenge was something that pushed me to train further. And when you get beaten, we want to know how to beat that person that beat you. So I guess that drove me.
And what about the difference in environment? Because, comparing a structured gym like CKB into a headhunter's pad, how did the difference in the environment shape you and change you as a person?
Discipline, man. A lot of it is discipline and culture. We have a lot of culture in New Zealand, and especially, coming from a rugby culture, the culture there was, we train twice a week or 3-4 times a week, whatever. And then we go out on Saturday, Sunday, just get smashed and drunk, whatever, and then we start it all over again. With the fighting, with the combat sport, it's a lot different, man. It's a different culture. Still the whole New Zealand Kiwi culture, but you're not drinking as much, you're not partying as much, you're kind of more focused. You're in there for yourself. If you're going out and partying, or if you're going out and doing things that's not gonna help you, then no one's gonna win in that game. So at least in the rugby field, you got 15 other guys that you can kind of count on. You'll go out and be like, sweet. But that was me, in the young ages. If I went into rugby now with this mentality, fuck man, I'll make the All Blacks.
How many years would you say that you've been training now? From when you started at the pad to today?
Yeah, 2013, I'd say, since 2013.
So almost 10 years.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you finally got that call to go to the Dana White Contender Series?
Yeah, when I finally got the call, it was nice. It was during COVID. Eugene pulled me aside. It's like, hey man, this is a great opportunity. A little earlier than we expected. We kind of wanted to go a little later, continue some other things and continue training and learning a bit more. But it came a little sooner, so we took it, man. And then and that opportunity came, got the contract, and here we are, bro.
You had a rocky start, suffering a loss in your UFC debut, facing a very tough Kennedy Nzieku. Did you take any positives from that experience? For example, like getting some mistakes out of the way and having an opportunity to learn from them early on and already get like, you know, a little bit of a step ahead on your development.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you lose...
and also it takes the pressure off of like, you know, here's this round prospect, you know, undefeated, rah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody wants to lose, but when you do, you know, it humbles you, but it also makes you want, like I said, bro, it's if you lose to some person, you want to go back and you want to beat them, so you try and learn as much as you can to be the best, or I guess it humbles you to the point where it's like, okay, this is where I need to get better at, you know. I can't just throw haymakers and knock everyone out, you know what I mean?
So learning things like patience and
that's it.
Being more surgical.
Everything, man. There's so much to this sport, so I'm still learning, bro. And it's going to be a nice long career.
Nice. Nicolae Negumereanu. Nicolae Negumereanu. I'm black. I can say it. Nicolae Negumereanu. Did you know much about him before the fight was booked?
Wait, you gotta say his name right.
Yeah, say his name
I do.
for me. Go on.
Nicolae Negumereanu.
Oh, nigga's been studying his whole fucking culture and shit.
Everything, brother. I speak his language now.
Go on, say something.
Se trăiești?
Oh shit.
Bună dimineața.
Fucking Peruvian fucking devil right here.
Everything, brother.
Oh my
Study,
god.
brother. Everything has...
Out of all, everything. Jesus, I love it. Did you know much? But did you know much about him before the fight booking?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of on the same, we're kind of coming up together, on the same, I guess we're on that same level at the moment. Both of us are kind of at that point where if either of us get that win, where we break through to the next tier. So yeah, of course I've been keeping an eye out on this guy, and he's a strong wrestler, bro. So it's something that I've been working on too, you know.
Who and what are your biggest inspirations for getting in the cage and putting your body on the line, doing what you do?
Nice, David. That's the question that needs to be asked right now. You heard that one before? You know how like on TV, on the ads and stuff, and then in the middle of it they go, "Oh, that's the question."
This is a great question. I'm a great interviewer.
I don't know, man. I mean, I get inspired by many things every single day.
I mean, you have a family.
Yeah, of course. You know, like family is 100% always. That's quite a cliche answer, but I mean that's always going to be the motivation. Motivation could come to my thought process every single day. Like I might think about something that may have happened to me 20 years ago, and I'll use that as a motivation.
That's
some guys
interesting.
in front of me who may train a certain way, use that as motivation. Someone who might have a nice car that I might like, use that as motivation. So there's motivation everywhere. Yeah.
So you're just taking motivation and inspiration from things.
Yep.
Thank you. Do you have any shout outs you want to make? Sponsors?
Yeah, man. Shout out to
or
Musashi.
any of your social media?
Shout out to Musashi, who's been helping me out for a while. Engage Fightwear. Nike, and
hey, you gotta visualize, you gotta put it out there. Put it in the universe.
Nike,
put it in the universe.
Rolex. And, shout out to Calvin Klein. Carlsberg, hooking it up as well. And yeah, Lamborghini. Thank you very much, guys, for hooking me up too.
Wish you all the best, my brother.
Ciao, brother. Thank you. Pow, freestyle bandit.
Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoy this video.